Hey there, it's time for the show, the Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tatiana Show. I am broadcasting to you from Acapulco. I'm in town. I'm doing some gigs. Really excited to be hanging out with my friends here, enjoying the beautiful weather. I'm sorry if you're stuck in the cold, but at least you can go out and get some skiing done. I know I'll be at the beach, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to be lounging around all day long. I'm actually doing a podcast, and I'm talking today to Andy Steig, who is the co-owner of Beta Boys Media and the Coin Boys podcast. You might have heard me on there. He's an entertainment producer, a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and an obsessive gamer. We're going to talk with him in just a few minutes. But before we get started, I wanted to make sure that we said a special thank you to our sponsor, Paxful. If you're looking for a Bitcoin trading platform, Paxful may have what you're looking for. Paxful is one of the world's biggest Bitcoin trading platforms, which offers over 300 payment options to choose from. They have a full escrow system for user security, a dedicated 24/7 customer support, and more than 2 million users. Paxful is completely peer-to-peer, meaning there will be global, domestic, and local offers. You can buy and sell direct to fellow Bitcoin enthusiasts, get in touch directly to your trade partner with Trade Chat, and an affiliate program that helps you earn even more. Trade now on Paxful and go to Paxful.com. That's Paxful.com and create your account now. You can also follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Paxful, that's their name. Check it out. Thanks for sponsoring the Tatiana Show, folks. And welcome to the show, Andy. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh my God, thanks so much for having me. I'm never like on this end of a show, so it's nice to be invited. And of course, with an old friend, we go way back. So I really appreciate it. I'm excited.
Me too. We actually got the idea to do this podcast. We've been talking about it for a while, but we got the idea for doing it because we did a pilot for a show together, and one of the episodes was about me and Bitcoin, and then you had your whole angle. Maybe you could tell everybody about it because we're going to link to that in the show. I think it came out really funny, and then I'd love to get back into your history in LA in the entertainment industry. But tell us a little bit about the Layman.
Yeah, so the Layman was a really cool project that we created because I come from like the entertainment industry, and I also came up with projects on the side. So we actually started podcasting in the gaming world with Beta Boys Media, and then we decided to, because we're both producers from entertainment, start trying to make our own shows. And I met this guy named Jeff, a friend of mine who also is a producer, and he kind of came up with the show. He's like, "What if I just come on your podcast as a layman and make believe I don't know anything?" And I was like, well, it might be better if it's a show. And it kind of circled from there. And I told my business partner, Scott, and we're like, let's shoot a pilot. And the first episode's about Dungeons and Dragons, which was, we shot it with a good group of people. I thought it came out good and we were really confident. And this was like, this even back then, which must have been 2016. And not a lot of people I knew about cryptocurrency. And I was like, hey, I think a Bitcoin episode would be really great. And we all agreed, but we didn't know how to, who to go after. And uh, funny thing is that I remember Googling, like looking for like influencers back then. And Tatiana, it's so different back then because today you could Google, there's influencers on YouTube galore. And there really wasn't a lot of people that I noticed that were kind of what I was looking for, a character to meet the layman. Um, so we kind of discovered you, but long story short, the layman is basically a show about a guy that doesn't know anything about nerd culture, and he delves into all different aspects of it to learn from the ground up. And back in those days, I considered, and I don't know if people still considered it a nerdy like money, but back then it was kind of nerdy. I was nerdy. I liked it because it was nerdy. Um, and then we met, and I was like, oh my God, Tatiana's perfect. And I remember showing I think you sent me like you on a couple of shows talking about crypto in the early days on news programs. And he was like, yeah, she'd probably be great. And we were like, all right. And then it brought us to the point where you showed up, and I had a feeling you weren't so confident that we were going to pull this off at first. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I have to ask you that. I think that's something you weren't so confident about like what's going on because it was kind of like out of nowhere, right?
No, I had a lot of fun with it. And I didn't, I mean, actually, I've worked with a lot of different people. You guys were super professional and nice to work with.
Oh,
I think
thanks.
that it's a little bit scary to try and explain Bitcoin to anyone because Bitcoiners and crypto people are just waiting waiting there for you to mess up and be like, no, you don't know because this is what it really is. You don't know anything about Bitcoin and blockchain. Like that's how I feel. And maybe nobody would actually troll me, but I'm just sort of anticipating that. So I think that was what made me a little bit more nervous. But I think that the whole production was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I work in a lot of like intense environments when I was working in like other shows in the entertainment industry where it's like really grueling. And I think Scott and I, who's my business partner with Beta Boys, like we just have like a fun atmosphere. I want people to have fun when we shoot, from the camera people to the sound people to everybody. And the Layman was a very unscripted style, as you know, and not everyone can pull off unscripted really well. And I think you did a great job. Um, and I just think it all clicked. But I challenge anyone to, you could start at the Dungeons and Dragons episode because there's a surprise in the second episode where Tatiana shows up, where a character shows up from the first episode. So there is like this weird arc to it. And, to be honest with you, we do have an episode outlined for a third, and we might be considering shooting that as well. So it's been really exciting to finally get it out because it's a show we've been tossing around the LA area, shopping it as a series, and to put it out there now, and of course have you involved, and of course like we're even better friends from back then because we've connected more through the podcast that I created, and you kind of knew me before even the crypto podcast started. You're like my first crypto friend, like
I
my
like that. I'm happy to be your first crypto friend. I'm a lot of people's first crypto friend. That means I'm doing my job. Although it sounds like you made it into crypto before me, meaning like before our friendship. I didn't introduce
right,
you
but
to it.
when I was in crypto, no one wanted to listen to me. I was the same song, the same story that early adopters tell you, how they told everyone about Bitcoin and no one listened. And I just kind of forgot about it. But, I think people around me knew about it, and that's why they all thought it was interesting. So it was perfect for the episode. And, personally, I had so much fun shooting it. So I think it shows in the quality and how it came out that it's just a fun thing, little 12 minutes of fun.
Yeah, I thought it came out really well, and I was a little bit nervous. I don't know. I'm a woman. I'm vain. We're
See, I
always
knew you were
thinking about
nervous.
Well, no, I'm more nervous about what I look like. I don't really, well, what I look and sound like. I wasn't nervous about you guys, murdering me or anything like that. Um, but I was
Yeah,
really
I mean,
happy with how it came out. I thought it came out really great. So I hope that people check it out. And then, I don't know, maybe someone listening to the show will say, I want to put this on my crypto network. And if not, well, they're missing out. But and it's not all a crypto show, but I did think that we captured some fun in there, and maybe we'll use it to bring some new people into our Bitcoin cult.
yeah, because here's the thing, and I think some people might misinterpret it, but it's an anti-reality show that does not make fun of Bitcoin or you. It's just about, this guy that doesn't know anything, and he represents kind of like the person that doesn't know anything. So yes, a new person that doesn't know about Bitcoin could watch it and have fun with it. And if they said at the end of it, they might know a little bit about Bitcoin, but even if they don't know anything, the whole point is comedy, right? And
Yeah.
I think it plays on that really well.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely fun to do comedy. I mean, I'm kind of funny naturally. I don't know, not always, but sometimes it's a little bit different in that skit environment. But I used to do plays when I was in high school and stuff. So it was fun to get back to that kind of sketch comedy roots that I had. So yeah, it was cool. People should definitely check it out. But that's not the only thing that you're doing because you've also got the podcast, which has been pumping out content for a while now.
yeah, and that's with my co-host Daniel Gutierrez, which for we've gone through our first year. We had our first year anniversary from uh and it's been like really cool because in the beginning, I was podcasting, but I was in a totally different genre. I was in gaming, but um, the fact that people are reaching out to us now, they want to come on, they want to, just come on and enjoy, where we'll ask questions, and we'll shoot the shit, and we won't talk about price. That's like the big niche about us, is that we don't talk about price, but we talk about adoption. We ask the right questions to projects. It's been a really great time. And of course, you've been on it, and you have to come back on it more recently now, because you were back in the early days, actually, I think, when we kind of started.
Yeah, well, we could definitely do a follow-up. I think your audience is probably growing and still cool. They were cool back then, and now it's expanding. So I'm happy to come back on.
I'm glad they're cool. And we played your music, I remember. Do you remember that? We played your song. I think we played two of your songs, actually.
I like playing my music. I never play my own music on my podcast. I just have my jingle. But it's still like neat to focus on that because I don't know, I feel like I'm doing a lot of different things. Before we got on our call today, I was preparing, I have a new podcast called Proof of Love. So if people actually want to get a preview of what that's like, they can go to Proof of Love Cast, like podcast.com. We're doing some renovations to the site and we're going to be launching pretty soon, but we just did a jingle for it. And I really miss doing jingles. And I mean, not to be like, oh, I'm such a great jingle writer, but I'm really good at it. And it's really fun. And it's a silly thing that can be done in just a short little while. And it's a cheesy kind of way to have something catchy and not necessarily judge yourself. Because when you're writing a song that's very personal and moody and blah blah blah, but a jingle, you go for the cheese, you go for the catchiness. And that's been fun for me because I've done it with the Tatiana Show. We have our own theme song that people can listen to at the end of this episode, and now I've got the Proof of Love one, and I've done a few others. I mean, obviously the Bitcoin jingle, so it's fun to do that stuff. I hope I get to do more of it this year.
Yeah, don't forget you pretty much came up with a song with the Layman in that episode, which was really great.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm not so sure. I haven't heard it in a while, but I like a little bit more prep time. But yeah, we totally made it up at the same time, and there's a puppet show
There's a
as
puppet
well.
show, yeah.
If
Yeah, no,
you
that
like
that
puppets.
was really that's really cool. I just remember that you were kind of connecting music with cryptocurrency in the early days, which was really cool, or at least earlier than it's kind of that's why I say to you, it's like we kind of met before the 2017 craziness. The crypto space has changed. Our friendship hasn't, but the crypto space has, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but it's been a ride. I've learned a lot. I am more educated as a crypto enthusiast and host and journalist than I've ever been in probably the year and few months we've been doing it. So we've been consistent, and we're going to continue pushing this year too. We got a lot of things coming. And if you guys want to check it out, it's easy. It's thecoinboys.com, and there's iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play available right there. So yeah, so it's been a ride, really.
Very cool. So let me ask you something. You've also been in Hollywood for a while. What do you think is the impact of like blockchain and Hollywood and the music industry? I mean, you're out in LA. What's the story out there? Are they finally getting into it or any kind of takes on that?
That's a really good question, and I don't think I've ever really thought about that, which is surprising. Now, I will right off the top of my head, I'll say no for the entertainment industry, that I don't really see a connection right now. I think there's not a lot. I think there's people in the entertainment industry that are crypto enthusiasts like myself. Um, but yeah, a network like I don't think they're pulling for it as much as you think yet. I think it's going to happen, but I don't know. Yeah, so
I wonder how disruptive it's going to be on that front because there's some, I don't know, there's some kind of challenges there because the music industry and any entertainment industry really like they have their own incumbents, right? And they have their own structures that they want to maintain. So something disruptive throws everybody off, and I can't imagine I'd be interested in getting dethroned, but you never know. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of content creators out there that are going to push it through, and somebody on the industry side is definitely going to see the opportunity. So I'm curious to see how it'll happen, but no matter what, I really want it to allow more people to be creative. Like when I did Tatiana coin, the goal was not to make $1 million or to have a coin that trades against others, although I suppose that could happen at some point. It was more about giving artists a sustainable career. So to see that happen in film and television, that would be really cool because I don't know, personally, I'm really burnt out on movies and TV because I feel like it's a lot of times very kind of like propaganda-ish, and I'm just not interested in that. I want to hear stories that are real and resonate. And when you're trying to moralize to everybody from a specific position, I just think that you lose something in the art, which is sort of a silly thing for me to say because I'm always kind of putting in my own politics and morals or whatever into my music and to my work. But I also think I have a little bit of a different perspective, whereas Hollywood seems very homogenous.
Well,
Um,
actually, I will say that music definitely is ahead of like film and television in the blockchain department. I think that I do see because you have some artists that have come out and that have talked about cryptocurrency, and I see it happening in music sooner than in the entertainment industry. And when I talk about the entertainment industry, I'm talking about the big AAA things, when and it's hard to see them even thinking about crypto just yet. We have so long to go. But I think you're right. There's definitely not only just for the big people, but ways for crypto to help people actually earn money, with their royalties of their own product, whether it's music, film, social media. So there's definitely a lot of things that could happen there. But I guess, yeah, we'll see.
so are you guys going to be doing any kind of live taping anytime soon?
So not live taping per se, but we are going to be doing more events. We have some events that I can't really announce yet that we will be covering and putting out special kind of journalistic podcasts where we include multiple companies in an episode that we might go to this event and kind of journalistically go through the journey of talking to all these people and doing like very short snippet interviews from like 5 to 10 minutes. So the live thing, we're still thinking about it. We like quality. It's really important to us. And we always think that we want to be a true podcast, but there's a lot of things we want to do. So there are some announcements coming soon. Um, but right now, we're going to be doing strictly live to tape as we continue to do. But a lot more content coming and some big interviews as well.
Very cool. So, I guess we can wrap unless there's anything else we can talk about. And I want to give you a chance to plug the show because I'm a big fan and I want people to check it out. I know Lynn Ulbricht had a really cool appearance there. You guys have been big supporters of her. So, free
Absolutely.
Ross, everybody. And where can people catch up with you guys?
Yeah, so for the podcast, it's easy. It's the Coinboys at thecoinboys.com. Sorry, thecoinboys.com. And there's 3 buttons there, and it's really easy. It's iTunes, SoundCloud, or Google Play. If you want to listen to our episodes, they're all available right there. Also, we have a blog now. My co-host is writing blogs, so check those out as well. So we have some cool news announcement and also kind of blogs that we connect with our podcast. So we're doing a lot more of that. So check that out as well. And as for the Layman, if you're interested in checking out the Layman miniseries, which is these 2 episodes, the first one is the Dungeons and Dragons, and obviously the second one, with Tatiana being featured in it, is the Bitcoin episode. It's all available on the Beta Boys Media YouTube. You could find us on Beta Boys Media on Twitter, and the links are all there. And Tatiana, I'm first of all thankful that you were a part of the Layman because it wouldn't have came out that episode without you. So we really appreciate it. And also coming on the show for the crypto podcast and inviting me on a show for once. It's nice to be a guest.
Yeah, well, it's been super fun getting to know you. It was an awesome experience with the Layman. And again, I was really surprised at how well it came out. Andy, you're quite talented, and your team really, really put together a really nice project. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get to work on some stuff together in the future. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Please make sure that you check out cryptomediahub.com, our sponsor, our other sponsor, Paxful. They're awesome. Check them out. And if you like this show, please share it with 5 friends, 3 friends, a couple friends. We're on iTunes. Leave us a nice review, Spotify, all those places. And make sure to check us out at thetatianashow.com and check out proofoflovecast.com as well, the new show that'll be coming out pretty soon. Stephanie Murphy from Let's Talk Bitcoin, she's going to be a co-host. My really good friend Lauren Kasovitz from Crypto Media Hub, she's also going to be on. So a lot of good content coming out this year, and hopefully Andy will get to do some together.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a good year for everybody. I'm just putting out the good karma right now.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Well, everybody stay warm, stay dry wherever you are. And if there's inclement weather, I will be soaking up the sun for the next couple weeks. So hope to connect with you all soon. And thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening to The Tatiana Show. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, share this around on your social media. Go to thetatianashow.com for more information, and make sure you give us a rating on iTunes or any of your other listening platforms. thetatianashow.com has been brought to you by cryptomediahub.com. Hey there, it's time for the show, The Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto. We gotta think and reflect and use lots of intellect with our hearts when we work together. I know that it can be so hard out there, looking all around and saying that life ain't fair. So that is why we will fight and stay up late at night, listening to the Tatiana Show.